Hey everyone, welcome to the brand new episode of Money Matters, the podcast where we break down the nitty-gritty of personal finance. I'm your host Irene, and today we have a special episode lined up. We're going to walk you through the steps of creating your very own budget. So grab a pen, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's dive in. Step 1. Understanding your income. Alrighty, step 1 is all about understanding your income. It's knowing what's coming in. This includes your salary, any side hustles, or any other sources of income. Take a look at your pay stubs, bank statements, add it up, and there you have it. Step 2 has to do with identifying your expenses. Now let's move on to identifying expenses. And how do you go about doing this? Break it down into categories like rent or mortgage, utilities, groceries, transportation, and don't forget those streaming subscriptions. List them all out so you have a clear picture of where your money is going. Then you go to step 3. Categorize your spending. Take those expenses and group them into fixed and variable categories. Fixed expenses are those are the ones that stay the same every month. For example, rent. Variable expenses, well, those can fluctuate. Think about groceries or entertainment and so on. Then we move on to step 4. You need to set financial goals. What are you saving for? An emergency fund? A dream vacation? Maybe you're paying off student loans? Define those goals. It gives your budget purpose and helps you stay motivated. Then step 5 is creating your budget. You've got your income, you now know your expenses, and you have your goals. Now it's time to put it together. Allocate amounts to each category and make sure your income covers your expenses and leaves room for those goals. And step 6 is tracking and adjusting. A budget isn't set in stone, so regularly you need to check in, track your spending, and be ready to make adjustments. Life happens, and your budget should be flexible enough to accommodate those changes. And lastly, how to overcome those challenges. We all face them: unexpected expenses, impulse buying. Have strategies in place like an emergency fund to tackle those challenges without throwing your budget off course. So there you have it, guys, the 7 steps to creating your budget. Remember, it's not about restricting yourself. It's about being intentional with your money. And this is your host Irene. Thanks for tuning in. And see you next time. Happy budgeting.